back to the 51st International Eucharistic Congress here in Cebu, Philippines. This is Eucharist, the Face of Mercy, and I am Bernard Factor Caniaberal saying Mabuhay!
I am Chichi Robles.
And I am Father Joel Kamaya.
I couldn't contain myself with all these things happening around us, Chichi, and we've missed you terribly.
Thank you.
How are you?
That's why it's very good to have a continuing coverage, right?
Yes, yes.
Bernard, Father Joel. It's like a little pause
Right?
between the different parts of the program here in the International Eucharistic Congress.
And you have a segment going on and
Yes.
a taping going on.
Because at the same time that our group
yes,
with Father Joel and
And
Father
Father,
Lorenzo, Bernard and Angelique,
yes.
we're doing live coverage. We are also trying to take advantage of the opportunity to do interviews that we can use in the future for EWTN.
But you could still see what's going on around
Yes,
at the pavilion.
This is such a rare opportunity. You have to really,
Immerse yourself.
immerse yourself, absorb as much as you
Yes.
can.
And the last event that took place a while ago, Father Joel, the penitential rite is
Yes.
very moving and still
Yes.
going on right now.
It's still going on right now. It's moving, as you have said, because it is one of the central activities of the International Eucharistic Congress, bringing us to that connection between the Holy Eucharist and the Sacrament of Reconciliation. And this is extra special. You know why? Because we're in the Jubilee Year of Mercy. And this is the highlight of the Jubilee Year of Mercy, the Sacrament of Reconciliation. So we saw from the many priests who came here, they made themselves available for confession.
Yes.
And we saw that so many of the faithful have come here, and even the religious, they have lined up in order to receive the sacrament.
The sacrament of confession. But you know what? Not many Catholics would know or would understand what is a penitential rite.
Yeah. The penitential rite is a liturgical service.
Right.
It's like the first part of the Holy Eucharist,
Okay.
where you have the liturgy of the Word, and then of course there's an explanation of the readings with the homily, and then afterwards, instead of proceeding to the liturgy of the Eucharist, then people disperse and they have their own. They receive the sacrament of reconciliation.
Reconciliation.
Yes.
Which,
In the chapel, I have been going there quite often. Non-stop confession,
Yes.
beginning
Yes.
from Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning from Sunday. But of course, the high point is today.
Is today.
They added even more confessionals,
Yes.
and more priests have made themselves available for the
Yes.
sacrament of reconciliation in different languages.
Oh, I didn't know
In
that.
different languages.
Really?
Yeah, I think the chapel was made available for these different languages. So those who could say their confession in Filipino or in English, they do it here in the pavilion. But that place, the chapel, has been reserved especially for the different languages, foreign languages, that is.
Right.
Amongst us who are here at the pavilion, that would be easy to go to confession. But I would know that some of the Catholics are afraid to go to confession. Yes? And why is that, Father?
There could be many factors. One is, of course, something very human, and that
Alright,
is
or
shame.
personal.
Yeah, for example, one is ashamed to go, or maybe some would defer. Anyway, I can do that another time.
Yes.
Or the others.
Or
may
would
not-
others
yeah.
think that I can go straight and talk to God about my
Yeah, indeed,
sins?
many have that mentality. But as you know, if one is well catechized, he would know that that would not be enough.
Because it's a very important sacrament.
It's a very important sacrament.
I've also heard, Father Bernard, some people say that they don't go to confession because they don't really know whether they have sinned.
Yes.
So I think it's that basic
Yes.
ability or to examine one's conscience and really be able to tell if one has transgressed
All right.
and then how the degree and so on
Yes.
and so forth.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing, especially when children receive the sacrament of the Eucharist for the first time. naturally they would have their first confession.
Okay.
And the one catechizing them would have the great responsibility for telling them what is it to make a good examination of conscience. Actually, it's something that we should do every evening, every night
Correct.
before we go to sleep.
Correct.
That we examine ourselves, not only in what way we have offended God, but even the blessings that He has given us. But together with us, as I said, is what are those things that I may have done or I may have failed to do that would need forgiveness from the Lord.
You know what? Another thing, Chichi, that people are telling me or sharing with me is that how could a priest forgive me? He is also a sinner like me. You know, this question. Of course, you
Yeah,
come across also
so
this.
many people are asking that, even I myself, no? And of course, we agree with that we too are sinners, but it's that special power that was given by the Lord to the
Right.
apostles, and which the church gives to its ministers, in this case, the priests.
Mhm.
You know, I'll tell you one incident when, of course, we sometimes have our favorite priests. We'd like to go there for confession.
Confession.
And so there was a long queue, and the ladies who were there did not know who was inside the confessional. So
Okay.
there was a buzz. Who is inside? Who is the priest? And then one elderly lady just told them, doesn't matter, it's Jesus.
Oh.
I think that's what Father Joel is talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, that behind that person who has been chosen, or whose vocation is part of to administer that sacrament, is that the one who really forgives is God Himself.
Uh-huh.
And Jesus, of course, is there
Yes.
behind the
But
confessional.
one thing I have noticed, when I'm in church and I see people going to the sacrament of confession,
Yes.
coming out,
Ah.
the faces, oh my goodness,
Close, huh?
you can see the joy.
Yes.
You
yes.
can really see the joy. Like a weight was lifted off of them. And can you imagine if you make a habit of doing that,
Yes.
weekly, perhaps monthly, that joy is yours
Yes.
and yours for the taking.
Yeah, if only people would realize that, then they would go more often to the sacrament of
Yes.
reconciliation.
And then it
Yes.
would be like that transfiguration at Mount Tabor.
Yes.
Picking on what you're saying.
That's indeed true, because
Yes.
it transforms, like the Eucharist, no?
Right.
The sacrament of reconciliation, since you receive from forgiveness from God, then you become a
Yes.
new person.
Yes.
It transforms.
But I believe we need a lot of catechizing for many of those who doesn't understand still what is the sacrament all about, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
And also that they should realize that they should not go to communion unless they are really in a state of
Right.
grace, that they have
Yes.
properly
Yes.
prepared
Yeah.
for the sacrament.
Yeah, the key there is that if you are conscious of a grave sin, then I think that's you would really have to go through confession before receiving the sacrament.
That's the penitential, right? That's still going on right now behind
Yes.
us. But this morning, if you've read your guide, there's a lot of things that people are looking forward to. And this morning we have this morning prayer by Reverend Romulo Valles. And after that, this morning prayer attended again by so many. Although it was drizzling this morning, you know. there's
Yes.
Still, a lot of people are coming in, and as you can see right now,
These are
the
the candle
whole
bearers and the
pavilion is filled
cross-bearer,
up with
yeah.
people just to attend this opening prayer or morning prayer that we have.
By the way,
every morning.
for those who are viewing this, the morning prayer is usually part of the liturgy of the hours. This is the
Liturgy
prayer of the church.
Hours.
You've
What is
seen,
that?
you've seen one time, or again, a priest now holding not the Bible, no, but what you call the breviary,
Oh,
and it is
they're different. The breviary.
The
and
breviary,
Bible?
yes, they're different. The breviary is the set of prayers that the priest is given task to pray the whole day. So we have two main prayers, the morning prayers and the evening prayers. And then in between there are these hours, mid-morning, midday, mid-afternoon. And in the evening you have the night prayer, or at night, the night
All
prayer.
priests, they have their breviary.
They're obliged, from
To
the time
read.
you're ordained a deacon, you are obliged to pray these hours. For the
Wow.
daytime prayer, you may choose mid-morning, midday, or mid-afternoon.
It's like your
Ah.
meals.
It's
It's
like our meals.
nutrition.
Yeah. That's why it's called liturgy of the hours, to
Yes.
sanctify the whole day.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we have
Then-
this very powerful sharing. And I've noticed that the whole pavilion is filled with people up this place,
In
the
fact,
second floor.
it's something that I saw. It's really a big difference, no, from the other talks, which were also
Uh-huh.
well attended and many people listened. But this one, I think everything stopped
Yeah.
in order to hear what the cardinal had to
Yes.
say.
It was very hard to go in and out because you can't. It's like a packed up. My goodness, I couldn't believe it myself, watching the people listening with bated breath each time Cardinal Tiley would deliver. You can see on their faces the glow. They were mesmerized.
And of course, the topic that
The
he
topic, yes.
developed for the catechesis,
It's very
really
real.
something
It's very real.
very, very relevant to our
But
times.
another moving through the images is the sharing of
Mr. Keiichi
Sugawara, yes, a pastoral worker from Ufunato Prefecture, Iwate, Japan. And look at this powerful images.
March 11, 2011.
Yes.
The
When
tsunami,
an
the tsunami.
earthquake and then a tsunami struck Japan and devastated many of the cities,
Right.
killing many people and destroying a lot of properties.
Yes. Right. And that was very sad,
It's-
very sad for the whole world, not just
Yes,
the
I would just
Japan.
like to mention that the person who assisted Mr. Sugawara in making that presentation was his parish priest, a Filipino from Cagayan.
Oh, really?
Okay.
You have interviewed.
Father Edgar Gakutan translated the text from the original Japanese to English and
English.
helped him develop the PowerPoint presentation.
And people did not leave the pavilion because immediately after we have
Yes.
the Holy Eucharist.
The Holy
Yes.
Eucharist, the Mass that has been held in the pavilion every day, except for yesterday when it was held in the parishes. And this one was presided by Cardinal Erdo from Budapest,
Budapest.
Hungary.
Right. And he also shared a lot of emotion-filled experiences in their country, the Budapest, because of they cannot just hold their Eucharist easily like we do here in the country.
That's why we really have to love the Eucharist, because we are loving it on behalf of others who cannot even practice their faith. That's why we who are given an opportunity freely to worship,
Yes.
Imagine how
We are
many
so
how many
lucky.
masses we have every Sunday in a particular. I know of a certain parish that has 10 masses every Sunday,
10 months.
and yet if we don't appreciate the Eucharist, then what more can be given to us?
Right, that's
Yeah.
true. And right now, as this program is going on, there's a lot of activities outside the pavilion. There's a catechesis being given by Reverend Robert Barron, Hoops Dome, Lapu-Lapu City.
for the youth,
For the
delegates.
youth, yeah. So
I am sure that's going to be jam-packed. He has quite a
Yes.
following here in
Right.
Cebu and in other places in the Philippines.
So I don't see a lot of young people around.
And
You know where they are.
You
They're
know where
with
they are,
Bishop
yes.
Barron.
Yes.
And many young people came just for this event, for the
Just
Eucharistic
for
Congress.
the talk of
Yes.
Bishop Barron. Yes, that's very good. And then the papal legate, Cardinal Bo, visits the Don Bosco, your place here in
Yes.
Cebu, Father.
The Bosco Youth Center.
in Barangay Pasil.
Pasil, yes.
Right now,
Yeah, if you know, in Manila you have Tondo.
yes.
There's if you could compare it with that one. This is the Tondo of Cebu City.
Ah, okay.
It's by the sea, and a lot of poor people there. But the parish and the youth center is vibrant, and he would visit that.
All right. Yes. How many young people or parishioners are there in Pasil? Would you?
I'm
have
not really
any?
sure, but since it's an area that's really populated,
All right.
even in a small, even just in a small area, I think it would thousands, no?
This is
Tens
an
of
opportunity-
thousands.
This is an opportunity for them to meet and see and hear the papal legate.
And I'm
Cardinal
sure
Bo.
for Cardinal Boy, it will be very meaningful. He
Yes.
spoke a lot about this
Yes.
during the opening Mass.
opening
that
Mass.
The Eucharist and the poor are inseparable.
You know what's special about this? This was the place visited in Cebu. No? This was the place visited by Mother Teresa years ago.
Really?
Basil, yes.
Wow. And hopefully by tomorrow we will have the video clip of that so that we will be able to see what went on or what's going on right now in Pasil. And of course, at 7 this evening, there will be Visita Iglesia in 7 churches to promote a culture of communion. That will be another beautiful thing that will be happening at the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño Cebu, Metropolitan Cathedral, Santo Rosario Paris, Sacred Heart Paris, Our Mother of Perpetual Help, Asilo de la Medalla Milagrosa, and Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Paris at 7 p.m. Look at that.
You know what this reminds us of? Holy Thursday. Today is Thursday.
Yes.
And
Right.
every Holy Thursday, that is a good practice that we do,
Uh-huh.
visiting the parishes, the churches.
Yes. And also, we're lucky that we still are being supported by our friends in our media partners, the RTVM, EWTN, Radio Veritas, Philippines, Aeropagus, and
CCTN.
CCTN, yes, and channel Signal Television.
Yes.
Right.
Channels 99 and 199.
And you are all over the place. I can see your segments being run after this program. I see also Father Joel and Father Lorenzo, who's doing the taping right now, right? Yes. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just pause for a break, and then we will have another beautiful input. Because I've been asking, who's doing the chasuble,
vestments.
the vestments of the priest, and how is it done? And it could be very, very hot inside, right? Just watching you with a lot of these things that you put on, and we will know the person behind or making the vestments of the priest. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Salamat po! Uy, may biscuit po! Yay!
Brothers and sisters, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Please be seated for the homily.
Ani, kamusta pag-aaral mo?
Okay lang po.
Inayos mo ba?
Opo.
Iwasan mo muna yung barkada. Pag-aaral mo ng unahin. Ikaw, Jay, kamusta pag-aaral mo?
Okay lang po.
Inayos mo ba?
Opo.
Gusto ko makatapos kayo ng pag-aaral. Kahit mahirap.
Ang katawan ni Kristo.
Amen.
Ito, mahirap na magpaaral ng mga bata dahil mataas ang matrikula.
Ang hirap ng buhay. Ang mahal-mahal ng bilhin, dito mataas ang sahod.
Ang hirap-hirap nga na ng buhay. Dagdag pirisyo itong traffic na to.
Ito, sa awa ng Diyos, sa karaos pa rin. Kahit paano.
Kumusta po kayong lahat? You're back with us. Dito po sa continuing coverage of the 51st International Eucharistic Congress. Hello, everybody. And this coverage we've entitled The Eucharist Face of Mercy. Thank you for coming back and joining us.
You know what, Chichi, I have asked a question. I'm always interested how the vestments are made because it looks like it's so different from the fashionistas. You know what I'm saying? The models when they wear their clothes, but vestments are different. Father Joel, right?
Yeah, this is one beautiful thing about our church and how we worship, no?
All right.
As Catholics, that we reserve garments, especially for exclusively for the Holy Mass or for
So no ordinary
other
person can
liturgies.
just wear it.
yeah, no ordinary
anything.
person. Mhm.
For example, for a trick or treat or a sometimes
definitely
there'll
not.
be those things that they just wear anything. Yeah, young people do cosplay.
Yes.
They call it cosplay. No, but this is just reserved for you.
Reserved for
It's like a
yes.
uniform or what?
Yeah, we can call it a uniform in the sense that whenever we have these liturgical celebrations, then they are a must.
Okay.
When we celebrate the Mass, for example, we say, wow, it is liturgical because you do the
Alright.
proper things. And, included in those proper things are the vestments that you
Yes.
use.
And when it comes to vestments, especially here in the country, we have one person who's been making vestments for the past 20 years of his life. Isn't that wonderful? And he will be preparing some of the vestments of the bishops, and especially the one that will be worn by the papal legate, the Cardinal Bo. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to have him in the program. Tito Santos, liturgical vestments maker from Baliwag, Bulacan.
Hello
Mabuhay.
everybody and mabuhay to all of our televiewers.
Yes.
Hello Miss Chichi and Bernard and Father Joey.
Welcome.
20 years only on vestments.
Yes.
No other clothes for other people, just vestments for the priest.
I used to make a uniform for the banks, career uniforms
Alright.
before. When maybe the Lord calls my attention, come stay with me
All right.
and follow me. Then it took me 3 years of discernment
Okay.
under the supervision of my spiritual director now
Okay.
in a convent in Bulacan under the supervision of Reverend Father Domingo Salonga, who is now the spiritual director of Colegio Filipino in Rome.
Oh.
Yes.
Was it hard for you to move from the bank uniforms to doing vestments for the priest?
During my discernment, I just gave myself to the Lord, come be the engineer of my life. And then after 3 years, my spiritual director told me that let's wait a little more. And then the Lord says He's going to give us signs on what you are going to do. Patiently, I waited, and this is it. This was given to me in a silver platter of the Lord.
Tell us all about it, Mr. Santos. How did it get started?
Well, when I was inside the parish convent of Father Salonga in Angat, Bulacan, what am I going to do? Because I am just discerning. So Father Memeng, as he was fondly called, asked me to teach high school for the arts and what we call this, THE. And then after teaching for 1 year, every time Father Memeng Salonga is giving 30-day retreat to seminarians.
All right, and then?
And that batch the time is the third year theology seminarians from San Carlos Seminary in Makati. And Father Salonga gave them the 30-day retreat for 1 year in Malaybalay, Bukidnon at the Jesuits retreat house. And then after the 30-day retreat, Father Meming brought along many materials from Mindanao. And
Clothing materials.
clothing
Fabrics.
materials,
Fabrics.
especially the batik and then the tinalak and everything,
All right.
which is very interesting to do. What I did is, Father Meming told me, "Oh Tito, can you please have this design and sew it? Ask somebody to sew it for me, for whether it's a stole or chasuble or anything." I asked just the sewer outside the parish because I really don't have the sewers with me because I closed already the uniform business to be able to follow the what I do not know what I feel the book maybe the vocation that I am trying to pursue. So several stoles and different kinds and sizes and colors were worn by Father Memeng. And then one time he invited the 30-day retreat seminarians for lunch in Bulacan. And during their recreation time, Father Memeng showed the finished products to the seminarians. And they were so glad and they were so excited what they saw because maybe this is the first time that they saw a batik or a tinalak or any material from Mindanao made into vestments and stoles. And
Mr.
then
Santos, let me just cut in.
Yes.
Before you produced those beautiful garments that you showed to the seminarians, did you have to research a lot? Did you have to
Right.
look at many photos of?
no,
Of,
I do not. In fact, I do not have any idea about vestments. I don't even know
Right.
why the priest is wearing green when I hear Sunday Mass.
The colors like this, as you can see.
Yes, that is the design for the year of the Jubilee of Mercy.
All right. Yeah.
These
Very
are some,
artistically
designs that I originally designed.
Yeah, you made mention of the tinala cloth and other
Yes.
materials from Mindanao. Would that be liturgically correct, Father Joel, using those materials?
Yeah, as long as they are really done liturgically, they do not break any rules.
Uh-huh.
And as what we have seen in what has been flashed a while ago, that they are artistically done.
All right.
I think that's very consistent with our principles of liturgy, that we give the best to the Lord. Even artists,
Right.
in this special way, they're able to honor the Lord through their work.
right.
Yes.
They're praying through their work.
Right.
They're
Me too.
praising God through their work. And isn't it that when you see a garment like that, for me, it could be an invitation to prayer.
This one that we have right here.
It enhances the Mass. It enhances the liturgical hours.
Fully agree. You know, the celebration, of course, the Eucharistic celebration is also as visual as it is audio.
Yes.
So it's we need signs to, I think, to be more fervent.
Yes.
So it's really wonderful what you're doing, Mr. Santos.
Thank you very much.
But colors are strictly observed in the liturgy.
Yes. Yeah, we have liturgical colors, and we can actually they're reducible to four colors. I think for the ordinary time that we're celebrating these days and weeks until the Lenten season, we have green,
The green
and green is the
color.
color of growth, and hope also. That in the ordinary time now we look forward to what happens later, and growth,
Like
because
this is the ordinary time.
that's
that
the
you're talking
ordinary
about.
time. So when you see green, it is not because it's ordinary that you do not anymore praise, but it has its own order, so to say, ordinary. And the other colors are purple when we have Advent and the Lenten season. And then the other one is red when we celebrate the feasts or memorials of martyrs, saints
Red.
who are martyrs, or even the feast of the Holy Spirit. It's also red. And then finally we have white for the feast of our Lord the feast of Our Lady and the other saints who are not martyrs.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you have pink.
Yeah, that happens twice a year.
Only twice a year.
Twice a year. Third Sunday of Advent, which is Gaudete Sunday,
Gaudete Sunday.
where we have the theme of rejoicing.
Yeah.
And also fourth Sunday of Lent, where through through the penitence that we undergo through the season of Lent, there's a time also, yeah, we have to rejoice also.
That's
So
when you wear
these
the
particular
pink
2
color.
days.
Yes.
So is it right to say, Mr. Santos, that these beautiful works of art are fruits of your discernment?
These are timeless inspirations from heaven, and also through prayers. You know, whenever I do some images of Our Lady of our Lord, that is the time that while doing the eyes and the nose, and I have to pray directly because I want it to be beautiful, because if I am not inspired, the designs will not be that perfect.
Yes.
Because every time it takes a lot of prayers. It's not only the money involved, it takes a lot of prayers and sincerity, dedication,
How many
and
people work
fairness.
in your staff, and how long does it take for your group to finish one garment?
Something like this.
Well, this one it took about a day or two.
A day or two, including the
Embroideries.
embroideries. Wow.
Now,
Beautiful.
there are different designs and different materials, but since I studied liturgy at the Pope VI in Malaybalay, well, I studied because I don't want to be scolded by the liturgist priest. I've always wanted to have a design which is very liturgically, even though the
Yes.
materials are batik or Mindanao or the
Indigenous.
yes,
Yes.
or tinalak. You have to put something that will enhance the
All right.
liturgy and enhance the spirituality and then the symbols also.
Okay.
Well, as you can say, even a simple material of violet or purple without any design, that's still a symbol because the stole is the symbol itself.
Yes.
Yes.
That brings me to my question, Father Joel. Why so
Yes.
many things you put on that makes it so heavy sometimes under the heat of the sun?
Yeah, ideally these vestments should be one on top of the other. The first one is the alb, the white, either the cassock or the alb
alb.
especially.
All right.
That's the white garment that is worn first. And
But you have an undershirt.
of course, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Together with these, in olden times, there's still, and many times even in the Vatican and other places, they still have that what you call the amis that you place, so that even whatever you have in your collar, you cover it. And over that, you have the alb.
All right.
And once you have the alb, there are 2 styles now that we have. But ideally, it's the small stole first,
Inner stole.
inner stole,
Inner stole.
which naturally, obviously, will not be seen by the others. But under that chasuble, there's that inner stole. And then you have the chasuble over it. And then more often than not, people see that there's a chasuble and then the stole that's collared. That's the more common thing that we see in the parishes.
This one, what do you call this?
This one,
It has a
Yes.
inner stole.
it has an inner stole.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
There you
So
are.
there you
Yes.
are. That's the tossable. All right.
For a parish priest, Father Joel,
Yes.
how many of these garments would he have in all practicality?
Yeah, and many times he should have these available if other priests would come to celebrate
Come
Mass. So
celebrate with him.
he should have a set of these. normally. A set of these chasubles and of course and stoles in their particular colors, at least 4.
So many.
Yes.
So hot inside.
No, sometimes they do make this chasuble out of thinner material,
Okay.
especially for our country, the Philippines.
Because I was just thinking the opening mass, you recall,
yeah.
under the heat of the sun, and the bishops are wearing this thick
Yeah, they have their
material.
sutana and the
Yes.
alb, and then
A big
these,
sacrifice on
a
the
big
part,
sacrifice. That's why, literally, no, to begin to say mass is to begin to suffer, to have sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Mr. Tito, you will be doing the papal legate
Yes.
vestment.
Actually, it took about, I'm doing that, the idea is being gathered since October, November.
Oh, last year?
Yes, because I wanted to be perfect, and I
Wow.
suggested to the one concerned to, can I show the history of Cebu
In
as
the
the vestments of the papal legate, so that because it's being done in Cebu, and I wanted to show the world that it is a very Cebuano design
all right.
of the vestments. So I have to
Yes.
to check and to what do you call this? I have to gather all
Uh-huh.
these designs. I've researched it so many times the things that happened before.
I think we will be very excited to see that during the closing ceremony.
And
when-
also the only saint from Cebu, San Pedro
Calungsod.
Calungsod.
Where's your shop here in Cebu, by the way?
Well, my last shop that I opened is Cebu in Lahug. It
In
is-
Lahug.
Yeah, you may visit our Shelson Liturgical
the one.
Vestments, Cebu branch at number 39A Toralba Street, Apas, Lahug, which is near the Lapu-Lapu Camp and Laguna Culinary Center. Very easy.
And you also have one in Bulacan?
The main shop is in Baliwag, Bulacan. And then my first branch is in along Mahabagin and Matimtiman streets in Teachers
Diliman.
Village, Quezon City.
Okay. Yes.
Well, everything is courtesy of my dear Lord. Everything is a clear manifestations
Right.
of God's love.
Okay.
Even though with everything that I undergone, like operations and everything, I am disabled now. I had a stroke 8 years ago. I had a kidney transplant 9 years ago. It's going 10 already, my new kidney. And I said to my Lord, I will continue to serve. And He says, just say yes, and I'll do the rest.
May God bless you more, Mr. Santos.
Thank you very much.
We admire your works very much.
Yes.
Thank
But
you.
more than that, we admire your strength, your faith. Please continue the good works you're doing.
As long as the Lord is beside me, I'll
Yeah.
never go wrong.
Yes.
Thank you
Good
very
luck
much.
to you. Our prayers.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Friends, we'll be right back with another set of guests in our program. Stay with us. Sandali lang po.
The 51st International Eucharistic Congress is being held in the Philippines. The Philippines is a poor country, and yet in our poverty we have richness, and that is our faith. When we come to the International Eucharistic Congress in a poor country like the Philippines, we understand that we will not be able to understand the Eucharist separated from the poor. We will not be able to understand the gospel separated from the poor. In fact, we will not be able to know and love Jesus separated from the poor. So with the Eucharistic Congress held in a poor country like the Philippines, we are being asked to look at the Lord in the Eucharist and look at the poor at the same time, because the poor and the Eucharist always go together.
Yes, we're coming back to you live here at the Pavilion, Cebu, Philippines, for the 51st International Eucharistic Congress. And we would like to talk to you about the special coverage being done by some people here at the Pavilion on social media, digital media, and of course, our Twitter and our hashtag. So we have with us Miss Sky Ortigas. How are you? Good morning. Yes, good afternoon. Sky, huh?
Yes.
Up in the sky.
It's so up there, but
So
yeah,
up
but we're
in the
here.
sky. And we also have with us Mr. Raymond Bandril.
Hi po, hello.
Yes, mabuhay. And
Mabuhay,
welcome
good afternoon.
to Eucharist, the Face of Mercy. You guys are the ones responsible for the Twitter and everything.
Well, we are working with the CBCP News special coverage.
All right, for this
so yes, for this International Eucharistic Congress. So we are doing all the tweets. We are monitoring all of them. What are the people saying?
Yes.
The ones outside, because we have a lot of feedbacks that they have been watching us. They have been checking out our feeds, our live feeds, especially those in the U.S. So they have a lot of news about us.
The last figure we got yesterday, 21,650,000 something. Is that correct?
Yes, they have. We have around 21 million impressions.
Would
But
you
this
believe,
afternoon, we have 37 million impressions.
come
So
on,
a lot of
really?
them. That's our reach, our organic reach. So a lot has read our tweets and have heard about this Congress.
I think
Wow.
once and for all, that should douse water on any doubt that the Catholic Church is alive and well.
It's not boring and empty
yes.
after all.
Sky
31.
Raymond, you're both Catholics?
Yeah.
Yes.
What does it mean to be Catholics and to be engaged in this technology, this platform that reaches so many people?
Well, for me, it's something that I've been doing for a long time. Okay? I'm actually a revert back to the Catholic faith. And I find this as my way of giving back to the church the souls I stole from her.
All
It's
right.
a good way of putting it, yeah.
Yes, Sky.
Well, I've been raised a Catholic ever since. So my parents, my grandparents are very devout Catholics. So in a way, I become also a missionary. For a full-time missionary. I went to Africa and China for missions. And then there, when I was there, I realized the power of the internet, the power of social media, of all of it, that we can reach a lot of people. We can reach a lot of people and tell them how real Christ is in the Eucharist. So,
Yeah.
and in a way, we are there in social media because we want them to go back to the church.
Father Joel, tech savvy yan. I'm sure he wants to ask a question
Or
of
two.
Raymond and Sky.
Yes.
Yeah, with these, they're all active in these different social media, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, these are quantitative now, but maybe qualitative things that young people say. You find many common denominators. What is the most, let's say, common thing that young people would say about the IEC or about the church?
Well, there were a lot of tweets yesterday and last night that we have read. And then what they're saying is that they find all the talks very enriching, very nourishing, that they want to go to Mass, they want to come here to Cebu just to be here and experience it themselves. And I think we have shown them, or the speakers rather, have shown how good or how great Jesus Christ in our lives is, how good the Eucharist is, how great it is through all the speeches that we have heard. And I think it also made an impact in their life. Just watching this, as watching our feeds or just reading our feeds, I think we have also touched them in, even though they're not here. So,
We also actually get them involved online.
How do you do that?
Okay, we ask questions. For example, what is
So
the
you interact
Eucharist to you?
immediately?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's why look at my eye bags.
usually the rise of the tweets are happening after
After
the
the
Congress.
talk
So
or the
after the talks,
catechesis.
after the Congress. So it's
Right.
late in the evening.
What would
so
be
we're like
some
answering all those
of
questions.
those tweets you are receiving from them?
Well, some are realizations
All right.
that the Eucharist is really the heart of our faith. So more are realizations actually. So it's very inspiring to read all those things.
Okay, Father Joel,
Yes.
that is good news.
Yeah.
What Sky and Raymond are sharing with us. Where do we go from here? There's that initial enthusiasm,
Yeah.
but loving the Eucharist is a daily struggle.
Yes.
And it is a commitment. How do we bring these Catholics who are being renewed
Yeah.
because of IEC and because of the social media program that we're doing alongside the Congress.
That's always a difficult question to answer. No? After each activity, after each event, and we hear this, no, even from those who are more pessimistic. No, after that we will go back to as what happened when the Pope came. No, people go back to their old ways. But I think this involvement in social media and bringing this event to social media would make people remember, would even make the impact stronger on these people who have participated in it. And the one thing that gives us a lot of hope is that who are these people who usually tweet, who usually post on Facebook? Are they not the young people? And if that's the case, then I think we find idealism in those who have attended, who have participated, not only physically, but even those who have read.
I have an observation, Bernard.
Yes.
Could it be that, as Father Joel said, this realization is becoming more meaningful for the young because of two things. They're finding it at their own time, and they're using a platform
Technology.
near to their heart. It's not being told them by dad or mom or some teacher, some elder. It's like something that they're discovering by themselves. And for young people, sometimes it's even better, right? It's not nagging, it's not lecturing them to do something.
And they begin to own this kind
Yes.
of activity,
Yes.
and they can manage it by themselves. So different from in my time, we have typewriters only. Huh?
I've spoken to some delegates from Europe, and just to tie it up with the observations of Raymond and Sky, with
Yes.
your monitoring of social media, more young people are going to adoration chapels.
Exactly.
So more young people want to enjoy solitude.
Yes.
More of them are being drawn.
Yes. But
To the
since
faith.
but since you are very much in touch with them, somehow real time, because you can easily access and reply, would they also tweet some of their problems, situations, concerns, and difficulty, angst? Yes. Come on.
Yes, they do. Most youth today, they find social media platform as their opportunity to express what they really feel.
Okay.
Okay. I'm with the CBC Media Office, and one of the tasks I actually do there is to reply to queries, answer
All
their
right.
questions, and they would always say that it's really hard to go to a priest, tell the
Confess.
priest my sins
Right,
and
yes.
or everything or my questions. 'Cause-
Can I do it here
Yeah, yeah.
online?
And okay, it's okay. You can tell me everything you want to tell. You
Right.
can bully me if you want.
Right.
I'll just
Right.
listen to you. Okay.
It's good.
That's a beautiful strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will go to the priest later, but you befriend them first.
Yeah, yeah.
Those baby steps have to be taken.
You
Yeah.
have to have a very long patience.
And
But-
they would also send messages and ask
They would
us.
say thanks.
They will say thanks or just tell us all their angst. This is what happened. There are even people who would confess their sins. Yeah.
Without you asking
Yes.
them.
So since we're managing the CBCP News Twitter and Facebook page, we'll send us a message na, can you tell one of the bishops that I stole money from the office? Something like that. So,
All right.
so we're like, okay, go to your priest.
That's why there are times that I pretend I'm a priest because they would ask, Father, I've done this and that. I can say,
They're
I'm not
making
a priest.
confessions already.
But you can't confess here. You have to go. Don't be afraid or all telling
Because I
them.
cannot
that's
give
it.
you the communion. But different dynamics between a girl and a boy when they tweet you. Yes.
Yes, like yesterday, one of our highest shares was one of the shares of Mr. Paul Ponce and his wife.
Ponce.
Yeah,
the
so because
Ponce
they
family,
they
the
shared
juggling
about
family.
yes, they shared about their love life and all that. So the youth who were there were into wow, chastity really rocks and to consecrate yourself
The
and pray for
language
your
is
future
rock.
husband. Yeah, so they were like, okay, chastity rocks and okay, that's good.
Right.
And it was one of the highest shares posts
Really?
from yesterday's event, yesterday's
We're actually both
proceedings.
surprised.
I think from there you can make recommendations next time that these platforms, these talks are very much absorbed or listen or many tweets coming from this and
And
perhaps
there were like realizations that telling us, okay, now I'm going to pray for my future husband, for my future
Oh,
wives. So, but we
yes.
have to wait for 10 years and something like that. But it's really good to read all those things and also be inspired by what they have tweeted us. Something that we could also share to the world.
yeah.
Is there a way to tell what countries these are coming from?
Yes, we have this geotagging. If they open up their location, we can identify where they
Yes.
are.
Yes.
In fact, we also receive messages which are already translated automatically. Okay. Just like this morning, I have a French tweet which I don't understand. I have to translate and reply.
Yes.
Some of them were like telling, oh, this Bishop Barron's our bishop. Can you say hi to him for us?
Oh, really?
Okay.
So it gets to be
That's
like a friend talking to
Yes.
another friend by the tweets. Huh?
And these are all organic. So
Organic meaning.
mean real people. They are real people who
Because
tweet.
online we
Are
have
there some not real people online?
yes,
They are fake accounts.
fake
some.
accounts.
Oh, fake
There are
accounts.
also bots which are actually artificial intelligence. They just
Oh.
gather questions and everything and tweet
Is that
automatically.
the reason why sometimes you see you write this letter and then you don't you're not accepted because you were not able to write the letter very well?
You know, remember on Sunday when we opened with the mass,
Yes.
people were trying to monitor the head count in the Plaza de Independencia. Will we reach the 1 million mark of the 1937 one in Luneta? You know what? This technology has overtaken that.
Right.
The warm bodies may be less in Cebu City, but through social media,
Social media.
through other forms of technology, I think we have really surpassed the 1 million mark.
Right.
And it's also the same thing because last Sunday, Miss Universe came home.
Yes.
But the one who trended in Twitter is Cardinal Bo. Yes, so
You're telling us. That's very good
Cardinal
news,
Bo
Father Joel.
was listed as one of the trendsetters.
Worldwide.
Yes.
Couldn't believe it, my ears.
I have a
huh?
headline. Bo beats Pat.
Continue to go and serve the Lord through the Twitter and the internet. Yes. What's the hashtag again? Yes. There
Okay,
you
if
go.
they want to their tweets to be read here, so they can use hashtag Eucharist
you go.
PH.
Hashtag
Join
Eucharist.
Let's promote the Eucharist
PH.
everywhere.
Today it's 31 million.
We have 37 million
37?
impressions, so it means 37 million who have already seen all those tweets.
I'll be going gaga with that 37 million. Father,
Yeah.
This is only one hashtag. I check
Okay.
I
There's
check
a lot.
every activity because we have this cloud activity of all the conversations going on the internet. We actually have more than 75 million organic reach already.
Okay. You know
Because
what?
we use a lot, around 2 hashtags. We have
Okay,
IEC
yes.
2016 and Eucharist PH and IEC Youth Day. So everyone was tweeting about IEC. So that's really
the church is
awesome.
alive. Yes.
And then the
Yes.
other media also have picked up this hashtag, right? I think Rappler and
Rappler, Inquirer,
the
a lot
other
of
Inquirer, yes.
media outfits also uses
So
that.
they in that way they help support the proceedings of this International Eucharistic Congress.
Now, while we're at it, this is the 5th hashtag, the question that we prepared for our televiewers. How can you bring the joy of the Eucharist to the margins or to the periphery? And that's a good one. How can you bring the joy of the Eucharist to the margins or to the periphery? Then we would like to hear from you by tweeting at hashtag EucharistPH. That will be 40 million and 50 million by tomorrow. Thank you very much, Sky.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And so you are the faces behind all this. Now they see you.
Now I'm going to hide.
Thank you, Raymond.
Friends, thank you very much for being with us. And by tomorrow, we have more things coming because Bishop Reynaldo Evangelista of Imos, a good friend of mine as well, will be doing the morning prayer and catechesis by Cardinal Onayekan. Have you interviewed this?
No,
Cardinal?
not yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that one of these days.
And then there'll be
He's
testimony.
going to talk about,
Yes.
Bernard, the Eucharist, dialogue with the poor and the suffering.
Yes, and the testimony, Father, will be by.
Yeah, the testimony by Miss Georgia Cogtas. She's a pastoral worker that organizes and groups street children together to catechize and feed. She was also a street child herself. So that is that would be a very interesting testimony.
Let's see, it's going to beat the Ponce family. but we would like to deliver to them the very essential of how the Eucharist changed the entire person and changed the heart of many of us. And so we would like to thank again our media partners, CWTN, RTVM, Signal channels. We also have Destiny and Sky Television, and Radio Veritas Philippines, Catholic Media Network, Aeropagus, your communication group as well, and everybody else. Here at the Pavilion for the International Eucharistic Congress, Eucharist, the Face of Mercy, I'm Bernard Factor Canyaveral.
I am Chichi Robles.
And I'm Father Joel Kamaya.
And we'll leave you with this word, Mabuhay!